How you doing there, little buddy? You doing okay? Shadow and I have come once again to the San Rafael Swell, and today we are rockhounding for Septarian nodules, round balls of mudstone essentially, and inside they have cracked, and those cracks have filled in with calcite and aragonite and crystallized to form beautiful structures like a star in their shape and pattern. They're spectacular, and they're here in abundance. Let's go see what we can find. You can find these on the surface. If you want the whole intact pieces, we need to do some digging. But these are all Septarian nodules. And here's one that I sprayed some water on. You can also see some visibly formed crystals in there. So this is calcite and aragonite. And the calcite and aragonite are both calcium carbonate, which is a relatively soft rock. Now look at that. Is that not just incredible? If you've watched my previous videos, you've met Belinda. She's the curator of the local museum, the Museum of the San Rafael.
Yes.
And she's digging away here. And here's a whole one that she just found. So when you cut that open, will that look like a septarian?
Mm-hmm. This one was broken coming out. But it's a cluster.
Yeah, okay, so there's kind of like that star shape.
Yeah.
So, some of the ones on the surface will hold together fine, but but more often than not, that's why we dig, is to get the ones that haven't been froze and fractured.
Okay,
We want to
gotcha.
get the
And
intact
weathered.
ones.
And weathered. Mm-hmm.
See, that one right there is one, but see how it's kind of tan color?
Yeah.
But it's on the surface. If you broke into that, it would be...
That's just crazy, though, that we can find them on the surface, even if they're broken.
Well, that gives you an idea what's inside, too.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, we're going to dig, too, and see if we can find some fully intact ones. We did already a little bit earlier. Here's one right here. Almost. There's one. We'll take these home and we'll cut them open. So we're going to dig right around here. Okay, before I started digging, Brad hollered. It looks like he's onto one.
Okay, right in here, feels like there's a nice one right in there.
Should I dig with this, or would you dig with a shovel?
I would suggest with the shovel right now, and then once you get it rounded out.
Oh yeah, okay. In fact, I don't even think I need to dig much. Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice one.
I worked so hard for this rock.
That's a beauty. You did good.
Are you going to let me keep it?
Absolutely.
Oh,
You
wow.
dug it out.
I did. I dug it out.
I just uncovered it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to continue to dig.
Okay.
Dig
No, keep digging. I'm going to go and dig that spot
that's a nice piece.
over there by Belinda. That's a beautiful one. Yeah.
Look for some more. For you.
This is gorgeous. I can't wait to cut that open.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be nice.
Belinda is calling. You found a big one?
I got a cluster.
Bert's got a cluster.
Oh, Bert's got one?
He's got a cluster.
A cluster?
Yeah.
Let's see. What do you got going over here, Bert?
Well, there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
big one here.
Uh-huh.
There's a little one here. It looks like they're connected. And then there's another one right here.
Bert is really good at this. Everywhere we go. Oh, and what do we have going on here? Peggy has found shade.
Yeah. Peggy pulled up in line.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
There's a couple right there.
Yeah. Oh,
Another
beautiful.
one right here. That might be a piece of that one.
Look at that.
See the...
But that one right there looks really promising, doesn't it? Look at that. It's coming. There it goes. Oh, beautiful. Fully intact.
Nice.
Really nice.
I think that one was attached right here. Look at that. Somehow. Maybe not.
Maybe.
It wants to fit on there. All right.
What are you doing there, Peggy?
Another one right there.
Okay, so if Belinda is finding some good stuff, maybe we'll dig right here. See what we find.
Do you want to pull that one out?
You can get it.
All right.
You work so hard for it.
Oh,
But I'm going to start digging along here.
okay.
Oops, I'm I'm undoing all your hard work.
And that's where the scorpion came from, I think, was up here. Fell
Oh,
in.
yeah, we've uncovered a scorpion and a snake. Yes, there's a snake under that little bush right there. But it's a
Bull snake.
a bull snake, so it's not poisonous.
Give me
Dig, Shadow, dig.
1 second. I'll be
Find a big, round, hard one. Dig it round. Look for the round ones. Good boy. Brad's on to another one.
Well, we hope so anyway. It feels like it. Hey,
Dig.
right in that corner.
Right in this corner.
Feels like there's something in there.
Little one there. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
There you go.
Actually, it's a good sized one. I was thinking it was part of the kind of like cracked layers.
Yeah.
But no, you got the hang of
I
this.
think that's going to be a good hole right here. I'm going to continue to follow this a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
It's just about moving dirt, I think.
It is just about moving dirt, isn't it? What did you just dig out?
Well, it's one that the shell fell up at all that calcite. Comes back into here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's the other part of it. It was part of that cluster. There was that part,
This part.
this part. But I think that's independent, but it was attached somewhat.
Incredible.
But it's going to have its own core. And this one will have its own core.
Now, will you cut that?
I can't cut anything that big, but
That's
I could
big.
cut that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Would you? Are you going to take that one home, or what would you
No,
do? Yeah,
I'll just-
because you can't really do much with it, can
No,
you?
It's a yard rock.
Yard
Some
rock.
people, and I like decorating my yard with rocks, but I've got a lot of these.
What do you think, Shadow? I like it.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Awesome. So septarian nodules are formed when mud accumulates at the bottom of a marine environment and forms mud balls. And then as they dry, they crack. And then over time, they've been covered up with other sedimentary sands and so forth. And they're kind of these little cracked mud balls, and then calcite and aragonite, which is a form of calcite, makes its way into these cracks, which often are kind of septarian-ish, and fill it in, harden, crystallize, either microcrystalline or fully crystallized, where you can see it with the naked eye, and form these beautiful septarian nodules. Well, we dug a lot of holes, and I've got a bucket full, and I'm just kind of curious now, before we leave, just like to see what we can find just on the surface. I mean, look at those crystals in there. I mean, those are beautiful crystals. I'll just put that gently in the bucket. It's incredible that it's right here on the surface. Again, lots of crystals. You know, broken open, but the crystals are still beautiful. Oh man, this could clean up and be gorgeous. I mean, it's fragmented, it's ready to break, but still beautiful. So the calcite crystals are whitish and the aragonite is brownish. Look at that one all broken up there on the ground. Just so many of them. Look at these larger ones that are broken through. So if somebody were to dig right here, I'm sure there's quite a few right under our feet here. This is beautiful, right here, right on the ground. Oh, that one's intact, and this one's just about intact. We'll take those two. Okay, I think the crew is waiting for me, so we're gonna pack up our stuff, and somehow I ended up with 2 picks and no shovel. There's my shovel. I got an extra pick. Okay, we're gonna load up and go on to the next spot. Well, we made it back from our trip to the San Rafael Swell. That was the 3rd trip we've made this year, and we did go to a few other locations after finding the Septarian Nodules, so there are more videos yet to come. But for now, we're here in the laboratory, and we're going to dissect a bit the topic of calcium carbonate and its 2 of various forms, calcite and aragonite, and talk a little bit about what it is that we found. Now, I'm very excited also because I just took out of the tumbler a load of petrified wood, and I tumbled this in my 12-pound tumbler. This is petrified wood that came from Arizona, not far from the Petrified Wood National Forest, and I'm just absolutely thrilled with it. Beautiful, beautiful petrified wood. And even this, even that is petrified wood. If you hear crunching, that is Shadow right over there eating his dog food. That's petrified wood right there. I also had in it a few pieces from my claim site, and I think this is really awesome. It looks like a shark tooth. The green is olivine. The purple is a lavender chalcedony. So I digressed a little bit to show you some of the fun things that come out of the tumbler after months of tumbling. But back to calcium carbonate, CaCO3. And when we were out in the field, you heard me describe that the Septarian nodules are made of calcite and aragonite. Calcite and aragonite are considered polymorphs of calcium carbonate. So what is a polymorph? Sounds like a big scary word. Poly means many, morph means form, many forms. So aragonite, calcite are two of the various forms of calcium carbonate. Now, we know we're dealing with calcium carbonate for a number of reasons. One, we can scratch test this and find that it will scratch in the range of calcium carbonate. I'm not going to take you through that step today, but calcium carbonates also vigorously react to hydrochloric acid. So when I put this under the electronic microscope here and put a drop on it, even when I put it on the darker side, which originally would have been a mudstone, but there's a lot of calcium carbonate in it, or whether I put it on the crystallized aragonite or calcite, it just effervesces like crazy. So that's one of the ways we know we're dealing with a calcium carbonate. Now, what is the difference between calcite and aragonite? They're almost the same, but not quite. So a calcite is, as is aragonite, CaCO3, calcium carbonate, but it is a different crystal structure. A calcite is trigonal, and aragonite is orthorhombic. I always stumble over that word. What is the difference between trigonal and orthorhombic? Well, we need to get out our tinker toys. Voila! I had to go way back in time to find my tinker toys, but this is a good way of explaining. Trigonal, this is the crystalline structure of calcite. This is axis A, this is axis B, this is axis C, and they all three meet at 90-degree angles. Okay? And with that, you can have a cube, you can have a kind of like an inverse pyramid, well, pyramid on both sides, top and bottom, but it will be equal. Okay? Where orthorhombic is the same thing. A, B, C, they meet at 90-degree angles, but C is longer. So you get, instead of a cube, a rectangle. Or instead of a symmetric pyramid on both sides, it stretches. So that is the difference. It's the crystal structure. And also, aragonite is slightly harder. It forms under higher heat and pressure than calcite. Thus, the crystal structure is a little different and it's a little harder. But finally, to the fun part. We brought what we found back. This is a piece that I cut on the saw but have not polished yet. And here we are polished. Now, I have bought a new high-speed polisher and I'm still learning how to use it and so forth. This is not professional grade polishing. I'm kind of new to it, but I thought it was beautiful. You know, at the end of the day, it's beautiful. Just each one is unique, and if you kind of like turn them around in different ways, you see things in them. This one is kind of an obvious one. Everyone seems to say the same thing when they look at this one. What is it that you see? Well, I would say most people at least will say some form of an animal, whether it's a deer or a fox or a dog. I see a deer in this one. This one here, maybe a bit of a stretch, but to me it looks like a couple of dancing flamingos. I'm sure that's just my imagination, but I think I see dancing flamingos in there. As for this one, I don't really know. Not quite sure what I see in this one. And then finally, here's one that I purchased at Quartzsite, Arizona. This is professionally done. I don't recall where it comes from, but this was polished by a real pro. I think it's pretty cool. They also fluoresce under UV light. And so let's take them into the dark, mysterious room called the laundry room and shine a little bit of UV light on them. And you can see there's a beautiful fluorescing taking place. That's one of the fun things about, calcite is more abundant than aragonite. And it's fun to take it when you find it into the dark room and shine UV light on it and see it fluoresce. Well, there you have it. Septarian nodules with aragonite and calcite inside what was once mud balls at the bottom of a murky marine environment. Shadow and I had a great time on this adventure. There's some more coming from the San Rafael Swell third trip, and we hope you join us on those adventures as well.